والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد الأمين صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All the praise is due to Allah Almighty, and may the peace and blessing be upon the last prophet, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the prophets of Allah. Before I go for the translation of Friday's sermon today, I would like to thank those brothers who came with thawb. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, number 6 there, 7, 8. Sometimes it's better to feel Islam. Sometimes we meet some brothers outside the Dawah Center, Muslims, Saudi, Filipino, Arab, or whatever. They were in something really not Islamic, indecent. This is one of the items that will make Muslim always in defeat. They don't have pride in their Islamic clothing. It's better, at least Friday, mashallah, you'll come on Friday, you have no duty. I'm not saying to be a Saudi like this. At least thawb is nice, so you can show people that I'm a Muslim. I love Islam. This is the Sunnah. Prophet Muhammad used to like it among all his clothing. He liked this type of thawb. In Arabic, this doesn't call thawb, it's called qamis. Qamis. Now to so many people, qamis is the one until here. No, qamis is the long one. This is qamis. Okay? So Prophet Muhammad among all his clothes, he used to like this qamis in specific. Why? Because it covers all the body. It's not pieces. So all the body will be covered. That's better. It's not mandatory. It's not wajib. It's something recommended to wear, better than wearing a very tight jeans or something until your knee, only covered only from your knee, and then it's tight. No. Be ready to give da'wah always. And you cannot give da'wah if your clothes is not suitable. Cannot. You are not ready to give da'wah. Always, I am ready everywhere, 24 hours to give da'wah, especially if I'm outside of my house. Everywhere, I dress perfect Muslim. Why? Because I try to represent my religion. I try to represent Prophet Muhammad wherever I go. Maybe at least someone, ask me about Islam or see me and take at least the answer for me. Maybe he trusts me better. So this is one of the things we'd like to do as much as we can. Brothers, the topic today in the masjid we have mentioned there in the khutba al-Jum'ah was about Palestine, and in specific Al-Quds, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to meet Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he wanted to meet him personally, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in Mecca, very near to the Kaaba. Some ulama says he was sleeping in his house, which is just maybe 100 meters from the Kaaba. Some ulama says no, he was praying in the mosque when the angel Gabriel came with Al-Buraq and they took him. But he was in Mecca, in the Haram area. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can't take him directly from Mecca to heaven to meet God, to meet Allah. Allah can't do that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not do that, ascending directly from Mecca. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to mention another great mosque in that journey. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered Angel Gabriel with Al-Buraq that they were riding to take Prophet Muhammad from Mecca and overnight in Jerusalem. And from Jerusalem, he goes up to give more respect also to Jerusalem. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has collected all the prophets in Jerusalem for Muhammad ﷺ, and he prayed for Salah, and he led them. He was the Imam in that Salah. Allah has conducted all the prophets for him. Allah is able to do, subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything. So this is a Masjid al-Aqsa. A Salah in Mecca equals 100,000 prayers and rewards, and 1,000 in Medina, and 500 times in Jerusalem. And each masjid in the world is just one time. But in Masjid al-Aqsa, it's 500. If you pray the one Maghrib, it equals 500 Maghrib. If you pray one Asr, it's 500 times of Asr. So it has a place in the hearts of Muslims. It has a place in the Quran. Read Surah Al-Isra. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله. Allah gives that masjid, Allah gives barakah, Allah gives blessing around that masjid as well. Nowadays you see that masjid in the hand of Yahud, the Jews, enemies of Islam. It's normal. So righteous people and falsehood people will fight. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will select from us people to be shuhada, people who defend the religion, people who do not defend the religion, and they will be loser. You have to have a test. Now, if I want to know among you, if I want to know who knows more Quran of you, how can I know? I look at you like this, I look at you like this, I know how many surah I memorize. I'm like that. I have to bring you here and test you and make you read. Read Surah Al-Baqarah, read Surah Al-Ikhlas, read Surah Al-Mulk. I'll test you. Okay? Then I would distinguish among you who memorize more Quran. Right? Similarly, my brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the hearts. Allah knows hearts of people. But they want to prove even to themselves that they are good or not good. So you see now this Jerusalem. See, Muslims are always, I hope to pray there, inshallah. I hope to reach there. Muslims always, this is our masjid. You're always talking about it. This is a good Muslim. You see some Muslims said, so what? It's only a mosque. Let's build another one. Khalas, we have enough mosques. Is that a Muslim? He wants to give his masjid. The masjid is who's the owner of the masjid? It's the house of whom? House of Allah. And he wants to give the house of Allah to those dirty people. How do you think? So, having Jerusalem, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa there, it's a test for Muslims nowadays and since on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't allow those Christians or Jews to occupy the main masjids. During history, since that Kaaba built by Prophet Abraham, long time ago, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, I don't know. When that Kaaba was built by Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail, never enemies of Islam got there. Always Muslims. Muslims, they got weak and stronger, but all of them, they were Arab. The owner of the place. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't let Kafir get there. Medina similar. But they go to the third masjid and to always try to, negotiate with Muslims, fight with Muslims. Muslims, if they are going back to their religion, they will defeat those minority. But before we defeat those minority, we have to defeat our shaitan. You find Muslims don't pray. Do you think that Muslim will be good mujahid? No way. He cannot be mujahid with himself. He doesn't pray jama'ah. Or he pray hiding in his house, next to his wife, next to his bed, next to his video and laptop, and next to his cell phone. You find Muslims who doesn't even pray. Muslims who maybe hate Islam. Muslim who's selling alcohol and beer, Muslims who use interest, Muslims who love girlfriends and this. How can we get victory? Allah will not give us victory. It's finished. It's known Fact. No victory unless you go back to Allah. They don't like it to you. It's very easy. So this is it, my brothers. Al-Aqsa nowadays is captured, Masjid Al-Aqsa. And you see Trump last week say, we will make Al-Quds, Jerusalem, is the capital city of Israel, because it was Tel Aviv they call it. Now we want to move it. And Muslims, it's not a major issue. They move it to Al-Quds, they don't move it. The whole Palestine is under their custody. So we must not make it the issue. The issue is not that. The issue is that Jerusalem and Masjid Al-Aqsa is captured by those Jews. This is the issue. We have to think how to get it back, and no way to get it back unless if we are back to Islam, back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with our iman, with our faith, with our pride as Muslims. We are not afraid to pray. We are not afraid to show we are Muslims. We are not afraid to teach Islam. We must teach our children Quran and make them Muslims. We have to increase the number of Muslims in the world. And from that we have victory. And alhamdulillah, it's growing. It's growing. Even though, in spite of the animosity from all these non-Muslim countries against Islam, you hear the media in their hand attacking Muslims. Anybody doing for Salah, they say he is a terrorist, Muslims are terrorists, and all that. Muslims in jail, Muslims being killed. Islam is growing, it's amazing. Who can believe that Russia, the Soviet Union, the old name, they used to make it haram, prohibited in their country to have Quran. If they catch a Muslim has a Quran in his house, he will go to jail. And that time was, for years, decades, a century maybe. If they catch a Muslim with the Quran, he has the Quran. He doing nothing. He doesn't have Quran. Maybe he doesn't even pray. But he has the Quran in his house. It's a big crime. Why they make that? They think by that way we will stop the spread of Islam. We'll do something to stop Islam from growing. They couldn't do it. Allah has destroyed them. Soviet Union is gone. Now it's only one country called Russia. And now in Russia, masjids, Quran everywhere. Because Muslims in Russia, they kept their Quran. Honestly. They used to go underground and they teach the children Quran. And they're not even Arabs. They don't even understand what's exactly in the Quran. But they understand one thing, that this Quran, it's the book of Allah. And they used to teach their children underground Quran. Memorize Quran. Their girls, their women. Underground, it's darkness. And they teach them. The Russian enter the house, they cannot see anything. But it's underground, there is someone teaching Quran. And they kept for that for years. 50 years they were doing like that. Generations. Subhanallah. Now, this year, Putin himself, with Turkish president, he opened a big masjid in Moscow. Himself, this kafir, this communist, he come to cut the ribbon to open a nice, beautiful, big mosque. This is victory. Because Muslims are there. Muslims, even though they are very weak, but they are doing their best. You go to Russia now, you find masjids everywhere. Go to China, go to Brazil, go to Argentina, go America, Canada, South Pole, North Pole, nobody there, it's snowing. There is a masjid there. Some brothers went to build a masjid. In that area there is no adhan. They said, we want to establish here adhan. And they bring muadhin saying, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. This is victory. Victory comes from here. Okay? So, inshallah, we're getting back at Masjid al-Aqsa, this great mosque. Okay? But when we struggle for it and we start from ourselves, when we fix ourselves, When we maintain Salatul Fajr on the masjid, the same number of Salatul Fajr, you see them, the same number you see them in Salatul Jum'ah. You see Salatul Jum'ah now, before the Imam Khatib finish, the masjid is full. People standing on the doors, they can't find a place. Same number must be in Fajr prayer. That's wicked victory. Not all of us sleeping because we stayed until midnight chatting and playing. Then we sleep late. We wake up at 7 o'clock, just wash your face, go ahead, catch your walk. No, Habibi. You have to catch the first job and duty in your day, which is Salatul Fajr in the masjid. Do your best to catch Salatul Fajr in the masjid. Do your best to teach your children, your wife, your friends, your cousins, your family, Quran. Even if they're not Muslim, teach them. Do your best. Let them know about Islam. Maybe one of them will be saved through you and become Muslim. Islam grew up like that. When Prophet Muhammad was in Mecca, there was one person. Then Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Khadija, Ali. Slowly, people grow up. There were 1, 2, 3, 4. How many Muslims now? Almost very near from 2 billion, inshallah. Okay? Alhamdulillah. Muslims are everywhere. Wallahi, amazing. Everywhere. And that's the da'wah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And if you try to share and join that da'wah, Allah will give you the reward. Allah will make you from among the people who He has selected. Don't you want to be selected by Allah to be a preacher in this life? Give your face to Islam and da'wah. You don't need to be a sheikh or alim to have big beard to be a Muslim teacher. Give da'wah. At least say to your friend, read about Islam. If he's a Muslim, tell him pray. Take him aside. It's shameful. We cannot stay without prayer. We are Muslims. We have dignity. We have religion. We have faith. Talk to somebody. Give da'wah. And don't think, oh, nobody listen to me. Oh, he will not be answered. Do it. Do it. Do your job. Let the rest Allah will take care of. You have to do your job. I remember one zaman, long time ago, I was in Cotabato. You know, Cotabato. And I was going with a friend, and we met a Muslim man, has a small bagala, small store. He's selling everything. He's selling also beer. And my friend told me, give him nasiha, because we give him nasiha, he doesn't answer. Give him nasiha. So bye. Assalamu alaikum, how are you, brother? MashaAllah, beautiful store. Oh, you sell beer, brother? It's not good. How you get blessing in your business? The money you make is not good money, brother. Try to, inshallah, stop selling. Allah will give you risk. Allah will give you more customers. Subhanallah, the nasiha got to his heart. I was told after 1 month, a friend told me, hey, wallahi, that man, khalas, got rid of the beer. He doesn't sell it anymore. It became a Muslim store. Nasiha. Everywhere you give nasiha. Everywhere you give nasiha to the old, to the young, with a nice way. It's da'wah. And by that nasiha, okay, all over, we will open, inshallah, and get back to sleep. But we have to start from ourselves. Okay? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of you and make us stronger Muslim. Allahumma ameen. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ameen. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم.